So hello, beautiful tribe, and welcome to Magic Month of June. I am truly excited about what the promise of this next month is. I feel like it's a different frequency. I feel like it's a palpable shift in the way we are and the world that we're creating. And those of you that know Magic Month will know that it's like this year has really exceptional and rare and exquisite astrology, and this is also and as a piece of the great puzzle, it is just a diamond. It's like such a beautiful puzzle piece, the puzzle piece of June. And so it's a really special month, and it's an absolute delight for me to be holding Magic Month of June 25 because it's just lovely. Everything about it is lovely. For those of you that don't know me or Magic Month, my name is Karila, and I'm from Starlight Temple, which offers courses and ceremonies and land, tantra, sacred site travel in service to the new earth. And I am a channel, and so most of what I do is channeled. And Magic Month is an energy forecast webinar for the month ahead. So it gives you channeled insights, astrological insights, seasonal insights, energetic perspectives, so that you can understand what is going to happen in the coming weeks, and use that knowledge to know the best times to manifest, the best times to heal, to understand the process that you are in and the currents that you are in. And so, and I'm always so grateful for Magic Month. I feel like I get gifted so much from this webinar every time I do it, and it really helps me understand the month. And I will say that this year in particular, every month has a really strong and definitive flavor, and has a really, because there's so much astrological change happening, every month is like its own little portal. And June's portal is just, it's so delicious, it's so hot, it's so beautiful. So I as you can see, I'm very excited to get into the forecast for June. But first, let's just take a moment's meditation just to drop in. So when you're ready, closing your eyes. And as you close your eyes, invite your whole body to move, giving yourself a little bit of movement meditation, whether it is a stretching or a circling of your spine, or a wriggling of your toes and your fingers. Just give your body a chance to make a little bit more space. And when this movement naturally comes into stillness, notice how the movement is transferring from your body to your breath. And now do the same with your mind. So give your mind a chance to wriggle, to stretch out, to think about loads of different things at once. Give your mind a moment just to think of all the things it needs to think of in order to create space. And observe those things. Give your beautiful brilliance, intelligence, a moment to be witnessed. And as those welling thoughts settle, notice that the movement of your mind is being given to your breath. And do it again, this time for your heart. Allow your heart to have a stretch into the feelings that are present, to quiver and extend through them. And shift into different emotional expressions. So your heart is getting this moment to make space in your center. And when this emotional movement settles, notice that the movement of your heart is being given to your breath. And as this happens, this first day of the month of June 2025, open up in curiosity, connecting to what it is that you sense about this month. As you meet the energy, What are you experiencing? What do you know about this month? And breathe in love. And breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love. And breathe out gratitude. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And if you're listening live, you know I love Magic Month to be co-creative. So please use the chat to share about this month, your insights, your own astrological wisdom, your own knowings. What do you sense and feel about June? I actually had a really incredible insight when we were tuning in just then, and I was like, it's a gear shift. June is a gear shift. And that for me has like clarified everything I understand about the astrology already. So yeah, do please share and express in the chat so that all of your gorgeous wisdom comes in. Go off. Yes, I agree. There could be an element of June going off and rebirth and chaos if not grounded. Yeah, I think all of these revealings and revelations, nice. So let's get into the astrology. So those of you that are Magic Month regulars will know that I often say that like the first thing that astrologically happens in the month really like sets the scene for the month. It's really like that's what this month is all about. It's like the name on the tin of the month. And today, on the 1st of June, Venus is conjunct with Chiron. And so June is all about the heart. It's actually all about the heart and throat. It's very much a mirroring in a different way of March. And it's all about heart and throat. And it, you know, because Chiron, so Chiron in astrology is the wounded healer, but it's also the gift. So it's the part of ourselves that it's the wounds that are our lifetime's work, but because they are our lifetime's work, we within them are like the greatest rewards and the greatest gifts and the greatest talents. And then Venus is love and sensuality and heart and all of the good stuff, really. And a conjunction in astrology, it's when they unite. So it's when like they're so close together that their energies merge. And so really this month is about healing the wounds of the heart. As I'm speaking, the field is saying it's about healing the wounds of the heart of humanity as well. Like this is really a month to go big picture and step up into the potential of our love and the gifts of our love and allow the old wounds to heal. One of the things that I was doing land work yesterday, and one of the things that I realized was that whenever I've made a mistake in land work, I've always been invited back to correct it. And I don't make that many mistakes because it's quite guided, but when I do, because I've been distracted with my wounds, I've always had the opportunity to go back and put it right. And I suddenly realized that like that is the way of the earth. It's like the reason healing happens on a cycle is because we're always given another opportunity to do it differently. And I feel in a way that June is like, come on then, How are you going to do human love, human kindness differently from how you've been doing it? You have another chance to do things differently. It's also really important to understand, if you haven't been following Magic Month, that we are in just the most important planetary passage of our lifetimes this summer, with all of the gods of change planet changing signs. And now we're in the last couple of months of it, and so we're really getting to the climax moment of collective change. And June is one of the pivotal months of that collective change. And so after the first, and actually what's nice is it's also quite spacious. We don't have many things rocking the boat this month. Everything is quite regular, quite spacious, quite like simple, in the sense that it's like there's an astrology every couple of days. It's just nice, and all of it's quite calm, and all of it's quite like, here you go, get ready. So the next thing is on the 6th of June, we have Venus in Taurus. Venus going into Taurus. And so again, we have the heart. And you know, Taurus is all about grounding and about embodiment, and because Venus rules Taurus, you know, so Venus is at home in Taurus. Like, this is where accessing the heart becomes, when Venus is in Taurus, embodying the heart becomes really, really easy. And self-care and taking care and being present and being embodied and doing all of the things that Venus loves, from pleasure to comfort, to creating security and safety so that the heart can thrive. All of this gets easier. All of this is made easier when Venus is in Taurus. And so it's and in a way, this next piece of astrology, Venus moving into Taurus, is like the sky saying, like, look, this is the way. You know, you want the gifts of your heart to really shine into the world, then you've got to look after the self. Then you've got to take care. You've got to honor those Taurian principles. You've got to create heart energy on the ground. And then on June 8th, so 2 days later, we have Mercury moving into Cancer. And Mercury is the planet of communication. And Cancer, it's all about Cancer this month in June. Cancer is the great mothering energy. It's the great, archetypically, Cancer is the mother in the astrology wheel. And Cancer is all about like sensitivity and softness and home and compassion and care. I mean, my advice is always like, have loads of friends that are Cancer, because they look after you really well. I like surround myself with Cancers. I love them because they're so nice. And many of them will probably be watching this laughing at me because they know. And so what we have is so we have our heart becoming more supportive and our voice becoming more sensitive, and kinder and gentler. And this is really, really, really the key themes of June. And there are so many reasons why these themes are so important, and I'm going to try my best to explain them to you. The first is that, and forgive me if you were witnessing this months ago in March when I was talking about it from the magic month of March, but it's important to understand it now. In March, what happened was we came to the astrological completion of our cycle of separation, which was a karmic cycle. And this wasn't just in Western astrology, it was also in Vedic astrology. Both of them said that this was the end of the karma of separation. And separation existed in us between our hearts and our throats, like between our how it manifested was our ability to lie, our ability to manipulate and therefore be manipulated, the separation between our inner and our outer. And so part of the healing journey, the journey into integrity that we are now fulfilling, that we couldn't have fulfilled until that karmic journey ended, is the reuniting of the heart and the voice, so that there is no lying, so that there is no, like, the inner and the outer are the same. And that journey on a planetary level and on a land level, the like repair of it is happening between the eclipse window that happened in March and the eclipse window that happened in September. But what you have to understand is June is the midway point between March and September. And so that's why it's so important, because, you know, the astrology, just like it was in March, it's all heart and throat again, because this is real. And one of the things that when we were doing land work in Egypt for this heart throat repair in the collective astrological alignment is that, so one of the things that the guides were saying is they were like, it's love and light. And, you know, love and light these days has quite a bad rep, hey? Like, it's kind of known as like a derogatory term. But Spirit was like, no, no, no. Love and light means heart and throat. Like, it means that your heart and your throat are united. Because actually, in order for us to create the new earth, we can't just do it with love. If you do love without truth, then it's a lie, right? And if you do truth without love, then there isn't any growth, because love is the growth energy. And so the guides are explaining, like, the love and light thing, the reason it's been said so much is because it's been a coding of the way to create the new earth. And like the thing that we all need to learn to embody is to be love and truth at the same time, because light is truth. And that's how we return to our nature, because ultimately life is illuminated love, right? And in this love and light kind of cosmic collective consciousness movement, that and the moment of the and is June. Like, the moment where they are united together is June. Does that make sense? And this is very much partly because of, and so I'll just say this, if you want anything for this month, as a mantra, as a practice, just keep asking yourself, am I doing, like, with what you're doing, is love and truth happening? That is the best map for June. Are you doing it with love and truth? Because if you're not, then you're not fulfilling your potential this month. And you're not really anchoring into that new gear and that pivot point. And so part of the reason that June allows for this and moment is because of the next big planetary shift in the gods of change, planetary shifts that are happening this year. And again, those of you that are regulars to Magic Month will know that what the planets are doing is they're activating new archetypes in our consciousness. And the next big planetary shift. And technically Jupiter isn't a god of change. So the outer planets after Jupiter are considered the gods of change. Jupiter is like the midway point between the inner and the outer planets. It's the thing that expands us into the outer. But Jupiter moving into Cancer on the 9th of June is pivotal in this gods of change, because what Jupiter does by moving into Cancer is amplify and energize the archetype of the mother, of the cosmic, not the human mother that we all know sometimes traumatically, but the cosmic mother, the like archetype of the embodied divine feminine. And why this archetype is so important is because one of the major things that's getting healed this year, and that's to do with our collective karma, is the militarized masculine. And the militarized masculine on the collective level, and this isn't, I really want to make this clear, this isn't about men or women, this is about the masculine energy that has been militarized. It causes fight, flight, freeze, and fawn internally on a micro level and macro. And the medicine for that militarization is the true masculine. And the true masculine is the mothered masculine. It is the masculine energy that is supported by the earth, you know, that is held. The militarized energy is an energy that is unheld, that is unsafe, that is in survival mode. And the true masculine, which is the true path of service and action, is fully supported, it's fully held in us. And then we don't need to lie, and we don't need to manipulate, and we don't need to colonize, and we don't need to militarize to get what we want, because we have everything we need. And so, and the archetype that Jupiter is initiating on the 9th of June, this archetype is the archetype that knows that your needs are what you need to grow. You know, this is the archetype that's like, stop putting your needs aside to do the right thing, or to serve your family, or to serve your path, or to serve your purpose. Because the minute you do is the minute you're going to lose all of your energy and you're going to go into survival mode. So when it's a gear change, it's like, actually, what happens if our focus shifts towards us, making sure that we are not going to operate from a militarized, distorted sense of self, but so we are fully supporting our hearts. Because when you fully support your heart, then your heart rises up into your voice anyway. You know, then truth and love are the same thing, and it's really easy. Like, we only lie when we're panicking, right? When we're feeling really safe, we've all had it. We've all been in a relationship where you felt unsafe compared to a relationship where you feel safe. And it's so much easier to be in your truth when you feel supported and safe. And so the archetype of the mother, the cosmic mother, is like, learn to mother yourself so that you can be yourself, so that you can be the love and the light in the world. And it is unconditional self-care. It is unconditional compassion for others and for ourselves. It is the protective energy that that allows us to de-armor. And so the 9th of June, people, like, be ready for this. This is one of the biggest gear changes we as a human collective we are gonna feel the reverb of this one. And the more you can attune to it, the better. And I really, because me and the amazing David Nichol have been running these archetype workshops, every time the planets have changed, I've just been in bliss. Like, I have had the best time when the planets change. And it's because I've already prepared myself for it. Whereas so many other people I know at both of the last big planetary shifts, they were ill, they were stressed, they were getting knocked about by it. And it's like, it's really important that we get tuned to these changes. Otherwise, they rock you, And so start welcoming and connecting to this cosmic mother archetype, this expansion of care. And then on the 11th of June, we have the Sagittarius full moon. And, this is a real moment, like Jupiter moving into Cancer, Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius is all about faith. So this is the moment that, like, we have this beautiful awakening. I see it like a sunrise, this full moon. It's like, there's a way out, and it's through care. And like actually seeing the horizon of the new earth, because that's what Sagittarius is good at, is like seeing the like miracle body, being in the celebration. There is an interesting element to this full moon though, because it connects with Aries. And Aries is really interesting because she's the sister of Mars. And so she's like the real warrior feminine. She is she's discordia. She's chaos. And discord. And actually, you know what? I read a really interesting article that showed Eris's movements throughout the whole of the pandemic. And definitely that asteroid was really leading a lot of the major things that happened in the pandemic. And when I tuned in about this, I was like, oh, this moon feels like the completion of that journey that began in 2020, that really was the like, we're going to bring up all of the dregs of all of your separation karma, and you're going to look at it. And so this feels like the moment we come out of it, And that's why we have to revisit it and do it differently. I'm not saying it's pandemic again, but so when we had, a group in the pandemic, a group of us got coronavirus at the same time because we'd all been in ceremony. It was legal to be in ceremony. It was one of the times it wasn't locked down, but because we then all got it because we'd all been together. And so because there was like 25 of us that all had it, we were doing loads of like shadow work and channeling and like healing collective work. So we were like, we might as well just continue the ceremony. And one of the things we did was we channeled Eris. And I will never forget her message as long as I live. She was like, and I feel like this is true, not just for the pandemic. I feel like it's true for this moving forward. She was like, don't fight me. If you fight me, you will lose. I'm the sister of Mars. Don't run from me. If you run from me, you will lose. I'm the sister of Mars. She's like, meet me with equal force. Everything I send at you, send equal force back. And she was like, the equal force is what dissolves whatever the issue is. She was like, meeting with equal force, that is the way of peace. And that is what I'm here to teach humanity. And you know, so the healing at this moon, like if Eris is involved, if old stuff, especially like the stuff you've been working on since 2020 starts to rise up in you, meet it with equal force. Be the peaceful warrior. Be the mothered masculine in that moment. And then it's complete, and then it's done. And so it's a very healing moon. It's a very dramatic and emotional. You know, this month is going to be emotional. Like Cancer is emotional, Venus is emotional, Sagittarius is emotional. But allow these emotional waves to. There's a potential for them to be roomy light. There's a potential this month if you can stay. If you make sure you're hydrated and do the self-care and be the mother, then those emotional waves are a tantric heart opening. You can use so usually a full moon is 3 days, so it'll be 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then on the 15th, and this is where it gets really juicy, like the 15th, and this, you know, the middle of the month is also a major theme. It's the medicine, it's saying what is being healed, it's what's at the core of the month. On the 15th, just after this moon, we have Jupiter square Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune Saturn is karma, Neptune is soul. They have both just moved into Aries in March and May. Like they are right now the representation of our liberated soul karma. And Jupiter is expansion. When it's a square, there's a little bit of tension. My guides were like, it's growing pains. But this is also massive for manifestation. It's like such a powerful portal to start bringing through your soul codes, your next level. And yet this particular astrology also poses the same question. It's like, where are you not living it? And I guarantee where we will all not be living it is in those Venus in Taurus, Cancer themes. Who are you in your habitual consciousness? Who are you when you're alone at home and you're stressed out? Are you enlightened in the way that you love yourself? Because if you want to be love and truth to everybody else, your higher self starts within. And so this is a moment where this month is like, you can't escape it. If you're driving in the wrong gear, you're going to feel it. If you're driving in the right gear, you're going to be like, shoo. If you're driving in the wrong gear, you're really going to be rocked by it. And then straight after this moon, it's all very nice and organized, June. Time to get the Ferrari. Yeah, the Ferrari of care. The Ferrari of self-care. And on the 17th of June, we have Mars going into Virgo. And this is really like clean up your act, people. You know, Virgo is all about like the practicality. So, and Mars is the warrior. So Mars in Virgo is like, come on, do that washing up, declutter that cupboard, like having the energy, the surge, the inspiration to really sort out the like ground level stuff. And then on the 20th, we have the solstice, which this year feels so big just because it's, you know, it really is that and moment. It's be in ceremony for solstice, because the and moment, you know, that love and truth, or love and light, the and is as important in that sentence, because the and is the love and truth only really happen inside of our togetherness, inside our circular. And so be in ceremony, be with each other. And, you know, the summer solstice, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's all about the, like, reaching the potential, reaching the zenith. There is this incredible cellular upgrade beginning to happen. And the solstice is a point where you can touch it. And, you know, that cellular upgrade is happening July, mid-July onwards. But like the solstice is the moment you can feel the frequencies of it shining into you. You can adjust, you can get ready. Everything this month is about getting you ready to hold a new, more of your higher self than any human has ever held before you, other than the enlightened masters. And like, some of you are laughing, but like, this is ascension, is for all of us to enlighten. And our cells and our systems and our nervous systems have to be ready for that, because it is intense. To actually ground it in, to actually live it, is so against that ancestral training of how to exist in this world. And then 22nd, so straight after the solstice, the sun is square Saturn. Take charge of your truth. Get your truth and self in order. There's something about this square Saturn and the solstice being the beginning of Cancer season, that to me is like the marriage of the cosmic mother and the wisdom keeper. The wisdom keeper is what Saturn activated archetypically. This is the moment that they like meet and get married. You know, this is the moment that those new divine feminine and sacred masculine energies get to know each other. And so again, it's a stepping up into responsibility. And then straight after that, we have this, June 24th, we have the sun conjunct Jupiter. Oh my God, put this day in your diary. This is like the best day ever to manifest. It's expanding your light. It's expanding your heart. It is, and it's all about manifesting at the next level, bringing in the true abundance, bringing in path-aligned, soul-aligned abundance, manifesting a world that's just a million times better than the one we're living in. I've got to say, I'm so excited because Body Love Reveal, which is a by donation thing I'm running, that is how to manifest at the next level, is on the starts on the 24th of June. And I was like, yes, well done. Well done, guys. Good choice. And I so nearly put it on the 25th. But it's on the 24th. No, it's 24th. But reveal starts on the 24th and goes on, but it's 5 days. But yeah, amazing day to up level. And as we up level the next day, we come on the 25th into the Cancer new moon. So this amplification of that cosmic mother energy, of these themes of care and compassion and presence and truly living love in the little things. creating the building blocks. And then literally June 26th, straight after the new moon, we have Mercury moving into Leo. And Mercury, we end, Leo is like king of anything, Mercury, communication, becoming the king. Like, and also Leo's fun and like confident and easy, and also very good at receiving attention and giving attention because of that two-way flow, And so this is like your voice is going to get attention because it's true. And why is it true? It's the last thing to happen astrologically this month. Why is it true? Because you're not in survival mode. Because you've nurtured and met your needs and sustained your heart so that your heart has lifted into your voice. So that your voice is your heart, your command is your heart. And then what do we all do if our voices are our hearts? Who do we speak for? And, this is, in a way, it's like the most beautiful, because it's a very like star of the show ending to the month. And the next and last archetype in this archetypal planetary journey is all about the star. And so the month literally leads us in to this amazing finale. And the rest of the month is spacious. There isn't astrology, not significant enough to talk about. So it's like, let yourself shine into the new space, into the new gear. And hopefully you can feel, I always feel like on Magic Month, we go on the journey. Hopefully you can feel that by the end of this month, there is a much more secure and centered sense of love and truth. And that real wonderful glow power in the voice and the heart lighting each other up. And so by the end of this month, I think you're going to be much clearer on, this is also an initiation year. So June is very much a month of like, get things in line because the next level's coming. And so be ready to hold it. Because so much, if you speak to spirit talks often about how many times ascension failed. And we know it doesn't fail this time because we have beings from the future coming and telling us it doesn't fail. Yeah. But the reason it failed is because there wasn't enough preparation for how to hold it. And if we don't train ourselves to hold more energy, to hold more love, then we can't receive what the divine wants to give us. It can't come in because we will sabotage it. We will literally actively get rid of it because we can't handle it. And that's why it's failed other times. The human nervous system has buckled every time. And so this month is a like real like pull it right back. What do you need to, how do you practice holding enlightened frequency? How can you get yourself in gear so that you don't buckle when it comes. You know, how can you support your heart so it's already shining into your throat? That's what this month is. And it's so beautiful because it's all done with so much care and compassion. It's like you can't get angry with yourself if you don't do it, because that's not the way of the star month. You might get firm, but you don't get, you know, this is about kindness. So it's really beautiful. And I'll pull the card of the month in a minute, but I have some really beautiful offerings if you resonate and want to join any of them. So the first one, if you want to attune to the Cosmic Mother and the archetype, tomorrow me and David are running the Cosmic Mother workshop. The energy of this like, if you just want to sit in a field of compassion for 3 hours, that's kind of enough. Like, there's loads of other amazing stuff in this workshop, and like I said, because we've been doing them every planetary shift, I've been like having the best time ever, and so many people I know have had a really horrendous time because their system has buckled. So if you don't want your system to buckle, tune. Especially if you're somebody that drops the ball on self-care. Like, especially if you're I am one of those people. I'm not judging you. I can, oh my God, I'm so good at dehydrating myself when I'm stressed. Just not drinking enough water. Of course you're going to be in survival mode then. Like, you're dehydrated, you know? And it's like, only because I've been thinking about, like, the reason I'm giving that example of the water is because literally I came to where I live in Egypt after being on this retreat where like all of our needs were met, and I was feeling so good and so amazing. And then I came to my house being renovated and it wasn't finished and there was no toilet and it was chaos. And I noticed, because I was so from the retreat and from the place of support, I noticed the pattern that I almost went into, which was like, I'm not going to drink enough water, you know, like I'm just going to like come off this plane and try and like clear this house now, you know, and I caught it, and I suddenly had this moment where I was like, of course this is going to lead to like serious levels of stress and de-stress. You know, if you are too occupied with the important crisis thing to drink enough water, then of course your nervous system is going to go into survival mode. And so instead, what I did, I was like, what would the Cosmic Mother do? It's like, book yourself into an Airbnb, get yourself and your needs met, and then deal the house from your needs being met. And, you know, this thing that would have caused me as a Taurus to be in tears and really upset and distressed, I wasn't, because I met my needs. And I know it sounds really simple, but like, it's not when you're faced with those moments of like extreme change. And so if you're somebody that drops the ball on your needs, this archetype is really important to get to know. She is going to teach you how to love yourself in a way that, for whatever reason, didn't happen when you were a babe. You know, she's going to give you new pathways, new neural and nervous system pathways, so that you can sustain your open, beautiful heart. And then, this is so cool. So, and I actually need your help with this one. So so that's the preparation workshop. we're also doing, this is like, so the and this is like the and bit of love and light. I'm collaborating on a ceremony that is called Seeds of Social Change. And it's with people that are creating an ongoing tarot deck that is all about people making images that are to inspire change and social change. So it's about inspiring a better, more beautiful world than the one that we're in. And what we're doing is we're doing held in prayer, basically, but rather than prayer, we're doing the tarot deck. And so everybody picks a slot. A piece of music has been channeled and created especially for this ceremony. There's going to be this amazing like spirit activation of connecting into the vision and the field all together and creating the field, and then one at a time, each person is going to hold that field playing the music and draw from the same frequency what comes to them. And the person before you hands you the word that you draw. So you can't even pre-plan it. You just have to open up your heart to the word and see what wants to come through. And if, like, what's amazing about this is like literally a non-stop 44-hour frequency. It is a pure manifestation ceremony, just as Jupiter is about to go into Cancer. So it is seeding a world of more care, just as Jupiter's about to expand that. And then we're going to take all of these pictures and actually place them on the land. Because like the land works, the place between Italy, the place between Egypt, which is throat chakra of the world, and England, which is the heart chakra, is Italy. And so these are going to be placed on Italy, which I might point out is the seed of the Roman Empire, which is the seed of most of the problems that we're experiencing. And so this is just such a beautiful bit of land work and frequency work and gatekeeper work. And like, you don't have to be able to draw. You can, if you look at the drawings, other people have done, some of them are amazing artists, other people have done Pictionary drawings. It's symbolic, it's the code, it's the energy, it's the manifestation. And really, if there's so much magic in this field, it's gonna supercharge. Like, can you feel, like, even as I'm talking about it, like how many sparkles are in it? So please, if you feel the sparkles, sign up. And also please invite people, because the more people, obviously the better, and especially people in other time zones. We need to fill 44 hours. So it's hard for us to fill in the UK and Europe the night slots, but people in other time zones can take the time slots. So please, please, please share about it. I've got explanations and stuff that I can give to you if you need. If you want something to share, just reach out to me. But like, I think so many people as well would be interested in this that maybe wouldn't be interested in some other of the spiritual stuff. So please do spread the word. And then finally, last but definitely not least, on the super cool bit of the month, like 24th, Sun conjunct Jupiter, Cancer new moon, Mercury in Leo, for all of those days. For all of those days, Body Love Reveal is happening. And Body Love Reveal, so for those of you that don't know Body Love, I'm just going to explain what Body Love is. My guide said to me a couple of years ago, they said the reason people are not, like, they're doing all of this shadow work, all of this spiritual work, all of this manifesting work, and it's not integrating into their everyday life, is because they haven't changed in their habitual consciousness. So even though you're doing all of this inner work, when you eat, when you rest, when you dress and when you exercise, you're running the same patterns from your childhood. And you are. Like, what is amazing about body love is you realize, like, people can be so good at adult self-care. They can be so good at massages and going to kirtan and drinking cacao, and yet they can still be abusing themselves.
Welcome.
They can still be abusing themselves like they were abused in their childhood when it comes to eating or resting. And so body love is a way of transcending those patterns in your in your in your relationship with yourself, the most intimate. It's so Cancer, it's so a Jupiter in Cancer, body love, because it's all about meeting the the way we treat ourselves and how much care we're giving ourselves, and therefore allowing the next level to come in, because we've changed it at that very, very habitual level. And the rituals, they're also how you energize yourself. So very often, even though you're doing all of this other self-work that's so important, if you don't have enough energy, it can't manifest. And so, and body love, my guide said, in July, there's a course running called Body Love Soul Code. And my guide said, it is the most important thing I will hold this summer, even more important than the land work, which I have never, ever heard them say, ever. Because they're like, where is this more important to happen than the cells of the human body? And so Body Love Reveal is a by donation. With Body Love, it's a field, and it's a field that, like, you very, very clearly resonate with or you don't. Like, if you're ready for body love, it's like drinking the best drink in the world. And Body Love Reveal is a chance to be in the field for 5 days, see what it feels like, do some amazing archetypal alchemy work on 5 of the major rituals. So food, rest, beauty, exercise, and pleasure. And then upgrade yourself basically into the archetype of the cosmic mother, like into the archetype of Jupiter in Cancer. And so it couldn't be better timed. Like I said, it's by donation. It's at the most amazing time of the month. Come along. It's so powerful and it's so fun. And so that's Body Love Reveal. Those are my offerings this month. I really, really hope that if you resonate, you come to whatever you resonate with. And the card I have pulled is Trust. And it says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle. And with all of this, beautiful knowledge, close your eyes. And allow your cellular system to breathe. And as you allow your cellular system to breathe, experience the energy of the stars, who in many ways are the energy that inspired the archetype of the cosmic mother. Experience this energy. Trickling around you. Soothing and supporting the parts of you that are in the process of change. Feel this energy circling your heart. As if a star mother or the cosmic mother is cupping your heart. As she cups your heart, notice how it feels when your heart is supporting. Notice the space or the flow that occurs naturally between the heart and the throat. It occurs. Make a commitment to support your heart into your truth. To give yourself fully to this moment of love and light. To breathe in love. Breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. When you're ready, opening your eyes. Coming in. Thank you so much for coming to Magic Month. I really hope that if any of the offerings resonate, you join them and I get to see you at them. Thank you. Have the most magical and amazing month ahead. Much love and land and life force to you all.